After producing thousands of ads for D2C brands across Europe and the US, you see very clearly which creative types actually work, which move the needle, and which basically just drain your budget. And today I'm actually going to rank every major ad creative type we've seen in the space. I'm Bernard, founder of the agency. We scale D2C brands to 7, 8, and 9 figures through our own performance creative system, and we ship hundreds of ads every month. So I have the data to back this up. Let's start from the bottom, the D tier. It's the ASMR ad. You will see in this ad, it's an unboxing ad. I will be straight up with you. This is done as a cold traffic driver. The satisfying package opening, the close-up product shots. This is nice to look at, right? And people have seen it already 1,000 times across the past years. They literally just gonna scroll past it without thinking of it. It still has a place for warm audiences, someone who knows you and just needs a reminder of your brand to just get back to the funnel. That's somewhere what works for ad diversity, but as a format to acquire new customers at scale in 2025 and 26, that's not really happening, okay? I mean, watch what the ad is doing. It asks for nothing. There is no problem, there's no claim, there's no reason to act actually. It's a nice sound and it looks cool, but that's it basically. Let's do the C format, the C tier, sorry. Formats with a real idea behind them. I would still be careful with putting a lot of budget behind it, but the first format I want to talk about is basically the meme ad. There's so much talk around it currently that I just had to take it into this video. The intentional rough creative, the low Wi-Fi, almost broken ad, it actually a pretty clever idea overall. It basically breaks the pattern of the platform. It really doesn't look like an ad, and it doesn't look like something a serious brand would do. So that's probably the triggering part of all of it. And what it also does, it doesn't really activate the part in your brain where you're just gonna completely shut down because you see it's an ad, okay? So the ad starts, or it's opening up by admitting it's an ad. So it starts with mocking itself, being late to a trend. And it works, right? For exactly as long as this ad is surprising for someone. Because if you do the same joke over and over again, this is where the problem then starts. It's a gimmick and it basically works once, maybe twice, but then this gimmick, this novelty is basically gone. And you can't really build a creative strategy on a one-trick pony. So the moment every brand runs the same meme ad, the meme ad is just another ad that you can basically forget about. And I mean, in our space, everyone is copying everyone. So the format 2 I want to talk about in the C tier are podcast style ad. The idea here is genuinely good. I really love them. So a credible conversation between two people about a product, no hard sell. If it lands, it removes ad resistance completely because it just looks like a content people want to watch voluntarily, right? I mean, a lot of us are just looking podcasts or bots on YouTube. And here's where brands kill it. So if a creator with a cheap microphone in their living room does it, it really doesn't look like a podcast ad, right? It looks like you're trying to pretend to be a podcast and people are gonna recognize immediately that it's an ad. And this is where the problem is. The authenticity in this format is the real driver why it could be such a great ad. But take that away and there's nothing left. Basically clearing the bar looks like a real studio, real mics, two people with actual credentials, and a structured conversation. So this is a pretty high bar for an ad, right? And most brands do not clear it. It's C tier, not because the concept is bad, but because the gap between what it needs to be and what most brands produce it to be is just basically too wide. So let's go to B tier. And the B tier definitely belongs in your account. It's very useful. It's just not a foundation. Let's start with a listicle ad. So 3 reasons why, 5 things you did not know, and so on. And I mean, this is very important for you. You've seen it in every ad account for years and it become a popular because it works. It sets a clear expectation and at first 2 seconds, people know exactly what they're gonna get on the next page. That ad has been running for months now, which tells you the format has a long shelf life. Let's go to another format, lifestyle ads, lifestyle routine ads. So when you integrate the product shown as a natural part of someone's day, morning routine, gym sessions, making coffee, it does not feel like it is being sold. And notice there is no problem stated, no urgency, nothing demanding a reaction. The copy literally says it fits in without adding extra steps, which is amazing, right? And that is why people do not put their guard up, which today is very important. And this is also why this struggles on cold traffic. And where it is consistent, it's really in warm audiences. People already know you. For them, it's just a natural trust building touch point across the funnel. Let's move up to A-tier formats. So here's the before and after. I mean, this has been around like forever. Like before after is something that's being done for the past 50 years. And it is not going anywhere actually, because why should it? Because the psychological effect is so strong. People want to see the transformation and place themselves in the after actually. So when the before is something they recognize from their own life, they stop scrolling. The visual does the selling in the end. So day 1, week 2, week 4, clear timeline structured. But be pretty careful here because Meta has like very strict rules on misleading before and afters. And weight loss is exactly something they hate when people do this. So be very aware to not like over exaggerating your ads. Be like trustful, don't lie, and don't do any black hat BS, okay? Because this is like very, very important. Just keep it real. Compare this to the lifestyle integration in B tier that we discussed that shows the product is inside someone's day. This shows the product is changing someone's reality. That jump in emotional impact is the whole difference between just showing it in your daily life, but also show like a before and after. Show it. So the next format is product demo. If your product does something hard to explain in words, show it doing the thing. Close up, no distraction, 16 seconds, same Apple Watch, different strap, and the copy has opened with the promise it is the same watch because the change is that convincing. You're not asking anyone to imagine anything or take your words for it. You're showing them what you can do, right? So that removal of dot in real time is what makes it pretty cool and why this actually converts. Let's go to the next format in A tier, real customer testimonials. Social proof is the backbone of your ad account. Is it not a nice to have? I mean, it's a real customer testimonial. So it's basically one of the most trusted things you can put in front of a cold audience. It is not the brand saying something. It's basically your customer explaining why they chose it, how it helped them. They're gonna use words you maybe never thought of. It doesn't look scripted. It looks like a real customer actually saying something, and you definitely shouldn't fake it. All these filler words and imperfections are what this makes like very, very, very good. And you know, sometimes what your people are actually saying are like basically, I don't know, for example, someone says, I really didn't thought it is gonna like help me for the past 2 years. So this is maybe an objection someone else is having. And there's like someone who actually says that, hey, it really works. And maybe this is like the objection for someone. And this is then the reason why they're gonna purchase from you. So let's get to the S tier. Now pay attention. The gap between A and S tier is not small. Let's start with my favorite format, the persona-based static. Statics are not glamorous, but they're fast, cheap to test, and when you don't know what the message is, you can pretty fast understand what your message should be for a new product or for a new angle and then scale it hard. And here was what most brands are actually missing. Statics are the fastest way to find out whether message lands before you pay like a lot for video productions. You can test 10 angles for the cost of one UGC shoot. So we use it as a research tool first and as an ad second. Find what resonates in statics, then build the video around what the data tells you. So one message, one persona, tired but wired, talking at 3 in the morning, relentless lags, cramps. Anyone who recognized 2 of those 3 has already self-identified. So the image does the targeting. So this is really like something I extremely love. So the next format in my S tier is the street interview. It's real people, unscripted, ask about the problem your product solves, that on camera and all in public. What makes this different from a testimonial is basically who is talking and why. These people have absolutely no connection to your product because they probably don't even know you. So whatever you're asking them, they're gonna be very honest about it and just like let you know what they think, what they believe. And the real cool thing here is that even though it sounds like very production heavy, you just go with a camera on one spot on the street and you start talking to people, and after a day you have dozens of assets where you talk with different people. Yeah, I'm old. tall, black, white, skinny, obese, whatever. You have like so many different personas that you can like make great ads out of it. And this is actually why I love this format so much, because it really suits perfectly well into the whole native formats of Instagram, and it really helps you to create ad diversity, in my opinion. So let's come to the last format of the S tier, probably like the most reliable format of all time. The structure maps directly onto how buying decisions are actually made. Someone has a problem, they feel it daily, they have tried other things, nothing worked, and then they find something that does. So when a creator tells that story natively, it doesn't really land like an advertisement. So it lands like a recommendation from one friend to another friend. So 3 years of the problem, then everything she already tried, the $300 creams, gua sha, face yoga, a booked facelift consult, and then the reframe. All lowercase, no ad register anywhere. So let's now compare it to the persona static we just ranked. But a static communicates a message. It cannot really build an emotion. So it cannot make you feel like someone living through, the struggle and coming out of the other side. So this is why the UGC style is so important, because we can tell emotion. And this is why this is so important. And different creators with different hooks, of different pay points, different personas, same structures underneath. You can run 20 variations and each one feels different to the algorithm and to the viewers. And that is exactly what Meta rewards after Andromeda, right? So the brands that scale hardest and hold performance longest are almost always the ones running problem solution UGCs at a real volume. So, and that is every major ad creative type ranked. S tier is your foundation. A tier builds around it. B tier gives you volume. C and D use carefully, or honestly just skip them. The brands winning on Meta right now are the ones with a full creative system that keeps producing winner across different formats, personas, and angles. That is exactly what we are building at the agency. We work with D2C brands across Europe and the US, in German and in English, and our clients see on average a 20 to 30% drop in customer acquisition costs while growing their revenue. So if you're spending over $50,000 a month on Meta and you want this system in your account, scan the QR code and click the first link in the description. Drop your question in the comments and I'm going to reply to all of them. See you next week.